Chapter 7. Cooking is fun. Keywords. Actions. Number 1. Add. Number 2. Cut. Number 3. Fry. Number 4. Put. Number 5. Mix. Utensils. Number 1. A knife. Number 2. A fork. Number 3. A spoon. Number 4. Chopsticks. Number 5. A bowl. Number 6. A plate. Number 7. A pan. Number 8. A pot. Key structures. We have connectives first, next, then. Preposition into, on, with. Object pronouns it, them. How can we express the order of doing something? Let's look at the pictures. Step 1. We use first, put some peanut butter on the bread. Next, put some jam on top. Or you can use then, put some jam on top. Step 3. Then, put another piece of bread on it. Or you can use next, put another piece of bread on it. We start step 1 with first. Next and then are interchangeable. In this case, you can use then for step 2, or you can use next for step 3. What's the correct order? Step 1. Yes, put first. Cut circles out of the bread. Step 2. You can either use then or next. Put the ham into thin slices. Step 3. Then, put the ham on the bread. For step 2, you can use then, or you can use next for step 3, because they are interchangeable. Do you remember how to use it and them? Peel the onion and cut the onion into small pieces. Here we have onion 2 times. We can use it to refer to the onion. Add 3 eggs into a bowl and beat the 3 eggs. The subject is 3 eggs. Which object pronouns will you use to refer to 3 eggs? Them. We use it with one thing. We use them with more than one thing. It is obvious that you can tell by looking at the words. If the noun goes with the s, that means there is only one thing. If the noun goes with s, that means there are more than one thing. We can use into to talk about an action. Put some butter into a bowl. Put is the action word. We use into when there is an action. You can see that there's some butter in the bowl now. We can use on to talk about positions. Let's look at the examples. Put some egg salad on the bread. Serve the sandwich on a plate. Let's review on the preposition we have learned. Into, on. Where are the biscuits? They are on a baking tray. You can use the action word put to complete the sentence. Put the cookies on a baking tray. Put the cookies into the oven. We can use with to talk about the utensils we use. Can you see any utensils in this picture? A knife. Cut the fish with a knife. How about this picture? Can you see any utensils in this picture? A fork. Beat the egg with a fork. A knife and a fork. They are utensils. Let's practice the key structures together. First, wash the potato and cut it open. Next, add 2 eggs into a bowl and beat them. Then, add 2 eggs into a bowl and beat them. Put some water into a pot. Serve the sandwich on a plate. Cut it into small pieces with a knife. Mix them together with a fork. Let's keep practicing with our key structures. Step 1. First, wash the vegetables. Step 2. Then, or next, put some butter on a piece of bread. Step 3. Next, or then, put the vegetables on the bread. Take some apples from the fridge and wash. Which object pronouns will you put for the apples? Them, correct. Put a slice of bread on a plate and cut. Which object pronouns will you use for the bread? Eat into halves. Add some sugar, the mixture. Into or on? Correct, into the mixture. Serve the fish. Into or on? On a big plate. Cut it into small pieces. A knife. A knife is the utensil you are going to use. A knife is the utensil you use for cutting the fish. With a knife, add some butter into the sugar in the bowl. Here is the example of a recipe: chocolate chip cookies. Step 1. First, add some sugar, milk and flour, into a bowl. Step 2. Then, or next, mix them together with a fork. Look at another example: tuna salad sandwich. Step 1. First, put some butter on the piece of bread. Step 2. Then, or next, take out some tuna from the can. A fork is the utensil. With a fork, and put here referring to the tuna, it into a bowl. We got another examples of the recipe: strawberry milkshake. Step 1. First, add some milk, a mixing jar, into, on or with. Correct, into. Next, or then, add a scoop of ice cream. Next, or then, some strawberries. What do you do with the strawberries? Can you find a suitable action word for it? Cut some strawberries into small pieces. A knife is an utensil. With a knife. Baked mixed vegetables. Step 1. First, wash all the vegetables. Step 2. Next, or then. An action word is missing. Cut them into small pieces and action word again. Put them into a pot. Next, or then. Some salt. Can you find a suitable action word? Add some salt and mix. Here you need to mix the salt with the vegetables. Which object pronouns can refer to the salt? Eat with the vegetables. A pair of chopsticks. Chopsticks are utensils. With a pair of chopsticks. Goodbye.